No, I'm Fred. Listen, you've got the wrong understanding. I think the
I haven't got the wrong idea at all.
All right.
I'm talking about you.
But can you see? Can you see my point of view, where that £2,500 could be spent on patient care instead of awarding people with some useless medal?
I'm not being dragged into that either way, Alex. I'm talking about you were the wrong one to criticise.
Why?
You didn't do anything towards it.
What gives you the right to what gives you the right to criticise me? We're all entitled to an opinion, Fred. We're all entitled to an opinion. I can criticise Walk the Wight. You can criticise me. What gives you the right to criticise me?
Well, I've got every right to criticise you because I'm paying for a phone call. You don't pay nothing.
Right, so you can ring up anyone and criticise them then because you've taken the time and trouble to pay for the call to call them at home or work.
Well, I don't say that I've got to criticise them, but I only criticise where...
Have you been a walker or a supporter in past years, Fred?
Alex.
That's David.
I'm 84, going on 85. It wasn't going in the days when I was a young man and could walk it.
Well, that was David asking you.
Yeah,
Fred,
I was asking.
Wait a minute. My family have always done it, and every time that they do it, and other times, we've always sponsored it. But we don't shout about it, Alex, nor do we criticise how it's got to be spent.
Well, that's up to you, Fred. But listen, this is a local radio station that is talking about a big local event. It's topical. It's heartfelt. I don't think there's anything wrong in this in this radio programme at all, and I don't think there was yesterday. I stand by every word I've said. I know some people weren't listening properly, and a lot of people didn't hear the phone in, and by the time it's like Chinese whispers. You won't believe what I was meant to have said yesterday. But, Fred, I stand by everything I've said, and I thank you for your opinion. You're always welcome to voice your opinion, Fred. I know you never agree with me these days, but you're always welcome to voice your opinion.
Well, take it I don't agree with you, Alex. Not at all.
Oh. I didn't think you agreed with me. All right, Fred, thank you very much. Hi, who's this?
It's Jane, Alex.
Hello, Jane.
It annoys me that it all comes back to cost again. Everything we do for charity comes back to cost.
Well, so it should. The whole point of people raising money for that hospice is for patient care. Don't forget that.
It's to give. If you do it because for what perhaps your family are suffering, or I'm with you on this anyway.
Would you support the NSPCC?
Sorry?
Would you support the NSPCC?
I support all those good causes.
Right. If I told you that the NSPCC spent half of all the money they get on advertising, would you still want to support the NSPCC?
I put it in their hand, Doc. I don't put it in a box. I take it down to the dog's home, or I take it to a children's home.
Do you understand why they spend half the money they raise, the NSPCC, on advertising?
Yes, but that is different, David. That will generate more cash. Giving people a medal will not generate any more cash.
But who decides on the 50%? Why not a third, or 20%, or 30%, or 15%, or 5%, or 10%? In today's world, you won't get any money unless you spend some.
Thank you very much, Jane. Hi, who's this?
Excuse me, am I allowed to speak now, please?
Is that Michelle?
I'm afraid so, sir.
No, Michelle, because you're
really offending part.
Yeah, but Michelle, you make no sense, Michelle. When you're sober, give me a call.
Make sense to you, but what you're actually doing.
Oh, she's hung up on herself. Hi, who's that?
Hello, it's Rachel from Southampton.
Hello, Rachel in Southampton.
How are you?
All right, thank you. How are you?
Good, yeah, not doing too bad. I just thought I'd ring up in agreement with you. With the medals thing, it really annoys me when they waste money on something that's not really necessary. And I was just going to say, I did Walk the Wight twice a few years back now, and I just got a couple of badges and a certificate, and that did me. And I look at it, probably in the same way as I would a medal, and I know, deep in my heart that I've achieved it, and I'm happy with that. So I think it really annoys me that money, could have been spent on something else, and those medals are probably going to be put, pugged away somewhere and maybe forgotten,
In the kitchen drawer with the bottle top opener, the corkscrew, the ball of string, and the old TV remote that doesn't work.
That's it. So I just thought I'd ring you up to say I agree with you.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Hi, who's this?
Hi, it's Karen from East Cowes.
Hi, Karen.
I actually did the walk, and when I got to the end and that medal was there, I couldn't believe it. I was quite honest. I did not expect a medal at the end. I really didn't.
But Karen, you didn't get a medal for walking the Wight. They were giving medals to dogs. He was putting medals on dogs, on kids. They were giving.
This is what I'm saying.
They were giving.
I did not expect it. I expected just a little piece of certificate saying, well, I didn't actually expect anything because we did it for the sake of doing it for ourselves.
Good.
What we were doing it for.
So you think the medals are a waste of time?
I do. Not for the kids. Not for the kids.
No.
Bless them. They did all that work. But no, I didn't expect one.
Thank you very much, Karen. Well, there we are. How the tide has turned. Eh?
Well, you're right, because from what I heard of yesterday's phone-in, it was the complete opposite of that. Today, I would say, 9 out of 10 calls have been very supportive. And from what I heard yesterday, you were public enemy number one.
But the reason... I don't know why the tide has turned. Maybe it's because people have had another day to think about it. Or maybe people, because of what they heard yesterday, listened more carefully. I am talking common sense. And I think you agree with me. I just think you're playing devil's advocate today.
I do see your point. I see that, it's different for me because I did see, and I'll say again, last year I gave them out with Andrew Turner, the Islands MP. This year I was giving them out with Andrew Turner, the Islands MP. 99% of people who took one of those medals clearly wanted it. They were delighted to receive it and have someone say thank you. I mean, it's not,
They didn't really have time to think about it. Oh, thank you very much. Didn't really have time to think about it, did they? I bet there was loads of milling around the cup.
I kind of wish I'd now stood there and said to people, would you like a medal? Because maybe then 50% of them would have said, well, not really, no thank you.
And you could have used those next year.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for today. We've run out of time, but thank you very much.
English Pete didn't phone up. English Pete, if you're there, please quickly ring in. Did you really say, as Alex claims, that you said, did you really say, I deserve that medal because I walked in the driving rain and the wind?
He said something like, maybe he didn't say deserve, but he was very thrilled to get that medal, and he obviously thought he'd earned it. Nobody earned a medal, apart from some small children who really did earn a medal. But, well, let's take one more call. Hi, who's this?
Yeah, I'm phoning in as requested, Doc.
Oh, thank you, English Pete.
Doc, Alex reckons the phone-in's completely turned round today. I don't think it has at all, because it seems to me that every single solitary person who's criticised the medals is somebody who sat on their backsides in the warm on Sunday and didn't do the walk. Every one of them.
You say that to the cancer patient who phoned up half hour ago then, Pete. Oh, let's shut him up.
The point is, I wasn't expecting a medal. I don't think anybody was. But when somebody gives you something like that, you take it. It's just natural.
Listen, don't you think also, if you were chairman of your kids' school PTA and you were working like everybody else that raised money in a school fete or a jumble sale or whatever event you organised, if at the end of it you personally, as chairman of that school PTA, said to everybody, "Thank you very much, thank you." You're thanking them for helping their own children. You would still do that because it's common decency, it's politeness.
Of course.
You would do that because it was your job to do it in the same way as well.
So why can't those walkers have been thanked? Why couldn't the hospice representatives be there saying thank you very much for raising the money? It's fantastic. Oh, and by the way, we've raised another $2.5 grand because we didn't buy the medals this year. Wouldn't you have rather heard that, Pete? Now you've had time to think about it.
Just the word thanks would have been more than enough. Didn't need a medal, didn't need a paper certificate.
So do you think the medals were a waste of money then?
But if somebody somebody appreciates what you've done sufficiently to give you a piece of metal on the end of a piece of ribbon or a bit of paper, you don't turn around and say, no thanks, I don't want it, do you?
Well, I would say thanks, but no thanks. Give it to someone else. I know, I really would.
Yeah.
Now, you're an engraver, Pete. What was the quality of the medal like?
Oh, never mind all that. I'm not getting into that.
No, I've just asked you. You're an engraver.
It costs 44 pence. What do you want? The Victoria Cross, you muppet?
I think you need to get off your backside next year, Alex, and stop criticising and get out and do it.
But I didn't criticise the walk. I didn't criticise the hospice. I criticised the cost of the medals.
Yeah, well, it's just a small 4 pence for a medal. It's a token. That's what it amounts to.
$2.5 grand's worth of token.
That's a little thank you.
It's a little thank you, exactly, Doc.
All right, Pete, English Pete, thank you very much.
Thanks
and
for calling.
that is it. We are back soon.